Hi, you guys. Welcome to a video for Thoughts with Queen T. So, since the Super Bowl just happened, literally yesterday, even though, you know what, I'll tell that story later on because my thoughts today are on sports. Now, I am not a sports person. I don't know much when it comes to I know point system, how that stuff works. I know really basic stuff like that I get. But as for playing the game and pointing out fouls or penalties, all that jazz, I know not the real deep, gritty rules. I don't know anything. So, why I really thought about this topic is this past weekend, it was joked a lot because I've made the comment a bunch of times recently that, oh, the Super Bowl is going to happen, and it happens on the first Sunday of February. And my boyfriend, who knows more about sports than I, corrected me and said, no, that's not how that works. And I told him, I said, well, that is what I was told very long ago. I was told it happens on the first Sunday of February. Well, that isn't true. And so why I really thought about this topic is to just my background in general when it comes to sports. Don't get me wrong, I like being active, I like playing games, but I I'm not good with rules. When it comes to sports, I'm not good with that. I just kind of play my own way and I'll call it good. But I would say essentially my relationship with sports already was poor just because of again, not saying when I say any of this, sports are not bad. This is just my mentality towards sports. Okay. So, growing up, my one side of my family was really into sports. And that made me not like sports. So, from a young age, I was more of an artsy person. I did more, choir or, some painting and all that. But a lot of my, cousins, they did sports or, tried, knew the rules and would talk about sports. And I would just sit there and I'm like, I don't know any of this. And some of my relationships with some of my family aren't too strong anyway. So I was like, well, if they're going to talk about sports and I don't really want to talk about to them, that was an easy way to get out. An easy out by me. That's such a bad thing to say, but it's true. But it was never, nothing was ever addressed into what I was doing or and I'm not saying any, no conversation has to be about me. But, as common courtesy, you just kind of ask around. You're like, oh, what are you doing? What are you learning in school? Or that really never happened. Or if it was, that was it. No extra questions, unlike the sports questions. And I'm like, okay, great. I don't have to talk anymore. But that's kind of where my knowledge I'm trying to phrase this the right way. I'd say that's where my lack of knowledge comes from, is just not learning it. Not going about learning it and getting into it. Um but like I do believe sports are good. Like it gets kids active. They have the ability to, do something that they enjoy. Cuz I really do believe extracurriculars help kids, like especially if, they're going about, school and everything and just need to like de-stress and have some time for themselves, especially if it's something that they really enjoy. I'm all for it. Like do your sports, you do you. But yeah, like sports wise, if I talk anything sports and if you hear me and you're like, that doesn't sound right, I mean, point it out. Go for it. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be upset. Dude, I don't know. Like I'm just telling you. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know sports. If you want to ask me like musical questions or like artsy questions, those I could maybe answer to a degree. I know music and I know, musicals, painting and like art, like, that kind of like drawing and stuff. I know some things, but like I'm not super technical on stuff. So even that, like, if I say something wrong, feel free to point it out. But I thought this was a good topic. It probably wasn't super long. But, that's my thoughts on sports. Feel free to subscribe if you want and like if you feel the same. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.